everybody. Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here, coming at you with Flosstube number 129. Phew! It is Wednesday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of my Irish friends. 11:08 in the morning. 70 degrees, going up to 79. Oh, my hair is a mess. COVID hair today. Guys, I probably shouldn't even be doing a video. I'm going on the third night of absolutely crappy sleep. This time change, I wish they would just do away with it. I swear, it makes me even more messed up than like jet lag. And it gets worse as I get older. I'm just a mess today. It took me 3 times as long to get everything together. I still feel like I'm not together. This hair is going to drive me insane. I think a lot of the thumbs down I get is when I mess with my hair. I try not to mess with it too much, but oh my God, it's a mess today. I'm a mess today. But we're going to surge forward because I need to get a video done. So let me see. Hate the time change. Hate the time change. I have a whole pile of stuff here though for you. My mind is ricocheting from design idea to design idea. When I kind of disappear on you, that usually means that I am so intensely into designing something, I don't have time for anything else. And that's kind of where I've been. We had a great time this past weekend, going away for my birthday weekend. We just went to a little RV park about 2 hours west of here, of San Antonio. It's a pecan farm, so it's called Pecan Valley Farm and RV Park, I think is the name. And it's just like a little 20 site under the trees, not under the pecan trees, although we were under a pecan tree, but I think that's maybe the old farm or some leftover trees. It's not under the orchard. The orchard is separate. It's along the South Llano River. So it's a very pretty setting. It was very peaceful, still very wintry looking. Things were just starting to bud out after a couple warm days, but it was quiet. The weather wasn't fantastic, kind of cloudy and windy and a little bit of rain. So we didn't really do much, which is good. I needed some downtime. You know, it's not like we did anything different than what we do here, just sitting in the RV doing whatever, but it was good just to have a different scene. The wind is really blowing. I have the window open here, so that's doing wonders for my hair as well. So yeah, it was good to get away, a nice quiet weekend. And I did spend some time starting a design there, so my brain is just keeps going with that. I wanted to take some time to thank those of you who have bought me a coffee or multiple coffees in the past few weeks. I do appreciate it. It helps a lot to know that you guys value the time and the effort that I put into these videos, because they do take quite a bit. I love the comments like Gretchen. She needed my spark of laughter after a hard day at her high intensity, stressful job. So I hope I can give you guys that little ray of sunshine. I don't know how much sunshine I'm going to be spreading today, guys, really. My head's hurting. I'm just feeling ugh. But maybe I'll feel better by the time this is over. I didn't do a shopping segment today. I just no energy to deal with the additional effort and the additional editing that takes. This is just going to be a straight out Flosstube, show y'all my goodies, and I do have a pile. So let's get started. I do have a finish, almost fully finished. So I did get Stronger Together pretty much done, except I need to have something down here where the trims join. I need to get to like Michael's or Joann's and find, whether it's a little flower, a little button, or a little something something to go there. I just got a cube. This is just a little wooden cube that I got at from Amazon. So, and the trim, this trim I got from Amazon, and the blue, navy blue balls, and I had the white trim. Now, I will say, I was rather peeved. When I started gluing this down, I noticed like every 5 balls, there's a gap. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't notice that in the picture, but that's okay. That's kind of interesting. And then there stopped being a gap. So obviously we lost some balls. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. And I just decided I didn't care enough to redo it because at that point it was all glued down. I probably could have taken it off, but I didn't. So we have kind of a Jan Hicks Creates special. That's what we'll call it. Anyways, eventually I'll get out and find some kind of little doodads to put there. But I'm pleased with that. It sits up here. You might notice, I don't know how well you can see, but I did get some additional things that we went to the storage unit on Sunday, and I pulled out some additional things to decorate my shelf with. So this actually goes right here. And I'm quite pleased. And I got my lights up. I'm quite pleased with how that looks. So I thought I'd sit a little bit over here today out of the way so you could have some candy to look at behind me. All right. I have notes, but it's still going to be a little bit wonky today. All right, so my little projects, Fragments in Time. As you know, I am going to be starting it's not an episode. Chart 3, number 3, I don't know. The 3rd part of Fragments in Time 2020. This is called Industry. So I'm just barely starting it. I got the rest of the border done for 2. Got most of the upper border done. I still have some, you can see there's a variety of colors that have to be filled in going across here. But I did get started on the outer border of block 3. And this little bit of brown up here is the start of the fence along the top there. So I am stitching this on 36 count My Little Dove from XJU Design with the Mrs. Sadis silk. She does have a floss pack for this if you're interested in using my colors. So yeah, I don't know how much attention that's going to get this week. More on that later. I also got a little bit more done on my baby blue sparkler from Northern Expressions Needlework. So I got all of the Dinky Dyes outline of the border done, and I started in on the specialty stitches. I'm having a hard time getting into the frame because of the pile of stuff that's right here to my right. So I started the specialty stitches. This is Algerian Eyes, and then this is a big Rhodes stitch. There's more of those that go around. So I'll get all of those done. Then there's the silver metallic. I do have DMC silver metallic for that will get put in here before I do the beads. So slowly but surely that is getting some attention. I also spent more time on my seasonal sun sign. This is by Ink Circles. I am working on the first season over here, which is summer. So I got the green swirl all done, the swirly part down below. I got the sun done, and I filled in more of the light green background on this. This is over 1 on 25 count Lugana. The baby blue sparkler is on 25 count, 28 count Lugana. Over 2, that is the called for. I've mentioned before that I like to use the called for count of fabric for anything that calls for beads, so that I know that the beads will fit correctly. I did get started on section 9 of my Prim Stitch series. So I got the pineapple mostly done. I don't have a picture handy of it, but there's a hat box over here with a bird on top. Probably more flowers. You know how it goes by now. So get the rest of the pineapple. Actually, I don't know how much attention this is going to get this week either. More on that in a sec. This is on 25 count Lugana as well, over 1 with the called for Aura Fill flosses. I do love this. It is such a sweet design. Okay. Where to put stuff so they don't fall all over the place. Serendipity, the Serendipity Stitch Along did start on March 10th, a little earlier than what they had thought. They had originally put it off until March 15th, thinking, you know, they were waiting for the quilt fabric. It came in sooner than they expected, so they said, let's start. So the 10th was the beginning of that. There are 7 parts to the stitch along. I have my Serendipity bag. I have Serendipity, all the Serendipity stuff. The Serendipity needle minder, the Serendipity keychain. I kind of like the card that the keychain is on. They actually have the definition for serendipity on this. It says, I'm going to read this without my glasses. Finding something good without looking for it. I had a double yolked egg this morning. Does that count as finding something good? I don't think I have ever gotten a double yolked egg. And you know, you crack it open and it's like, oh, is that good or is that bad? Anyway, Serendipity is Fat Quarter Shop's annual Make-A-Wish Foundation charity stitch along. They join up with the Make-A-Wish Foundation in South and Central Florida to raise money. I think their goal last year, I don't know, there's 20 or 25,000 and they made it to 30,000. This year their goal is 50,000. So the deal is the pattern itself is free, with the hope that you will donate at least $15 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And they have a link on the pattern. They have a link on the product page. They have a link on their Jolly Jabber website. So I will link all of that below. I'll link these products below so you can find them. The first release, though, is done. It came out last week, like I said, on the 10th, and this is mine. So I am using 36 count Witching Hour by Color and Cotton with the called for Weeks Dye Works floss pack. And I'm quite pleased with this. I was, when I started to stitch with this, let me see what color that is. I am putting it in my Bitsy Bob that seems to coordinate quite nicely with this. These are, like I said, these are all Weeks Dye Works, and that color is Blackboard. So I was a little concerned when I started stitching with that because it is, you know, it does blend in quite a bit to that fabric. But I thought, you know something, I'm just going to go with it. You can see it better in real life, of course. So I'm just going to go with it, and it'll just kind of flow through the pattern, and it is what it is. So, Serendipity Stitch Along, there are 7 parts. I encourage you to join me. Hashtag Serendipity SAL is what we use when we're posting about this. I will be working on this through the week to stay caught up with the stitch along. So you will be seeing more of that over the next couple of weeks. Well, the next week. I mean, this is really kind of a crunch week for me. And again, I'll explain more about that in a second. Okay. Reaching over here to get some other scroll frames. My focus project this past week was, as you know, hoity-toity. I did put it on scroll rods because I was finding as more fabric was happening up here, you know, flopping around at the top, I was getting annoyed with it, basically. I was just getting annoyed with it. So even though I can stitch so much faster in hand, I did put it on the scroll frames, and I'm stitching two-handed with this. So I also spent a lot more time every day when I had this out 2 weeks ago stitching on it. So I got a lot more done. My goal, it will come out to play again next week. My goal was to get this whole section done between these 2 weeks. I will be lucky if I even get all the blue done. There's another big, kind of like this section of dark blue here, these kind of motifs coming across here as well. And then there's a medallion here and a medallion here in dark blue that says the date. I had this one almost done when I realized that the number, so it says 20 on one side, and this said 17 on the other side because this design was made in 2017. Talk about not paying attention. So of course I had to take it out. Luckily I will be able to use the same basic graph as the medallion on this side that says 20. I'll just have to change the 0 to a 1, but I did not get back to that. So yeah, taken longer than I expected, but I am still absolutely in love with this. Then on Sunday, my Sunday project that I actually haven't had out for a few weeks on a Sunday is the Smith sampler. So I did work a few hours on this on Sunday and pretty much just worked on the swan there in the center. That is on page 2, and it goes down basically to where you see it on page 2. So I got the white that's actually tawny by Thread Pickers. I got that done in the swan and then started to fill in more of the green background. The green background is, it's supposed to be Tacna Gold is the called for, and I switched it to something by Water Lilies, Karen Water Lilies. I want to say Seaweed, but I'm not sure. So again, my Sunday piece, the Smith sampler by the Scarlet House. I am stitching this on 46 count Mocha by Weeks Dye Works, and I am in love with it. So I was thrilled to be able to put a few more stitches in on that this week. All right, I'm going to put these back over here because if not, they will go flying. Okay, so the thing I wanted to tell you that I kept saying, I will tell you more about that in a second, is my new design. So that is what I will be spending most of this week stitching. This is my next design for the Cosmo Floss. And it's all about flowers. It is called The Earth Laughs. So I hope to get this done this week, and this is what will be getting most of my attention during the day and probably into the evening. I won't work on whatever my focus point for this week is supposed to be the Four Seasons Bell Pull. That won't be getting any attention probably, because if I do switch to something else, like one of my hour pieces, it'll be either Prim Stitch or Serendipity. I don't know. I may pull out the Four Seasons Belle Pool. I may pull out Hoity Toity. I don't know. Any given day, you never know what I'm going to do. But anyway, this is my spring piece for the Cosmo Floss in words in partnership. Is that the right word? With Fat Quarter Shop, because they provide the floss packs. The fabric is Parchment by Fiber on a Whim. And I wanted to let you know that Fat Quarter Shop is now carrying Fiber on a Whim fabric, and it is fantastic. They have counts all the way from Aida, 14 count Aida, at this point up to 36 count linen. This is one of their 36 count linens. I have more to show you in my pile. They are waiting on 40 count linen. Fiber on a Whim was waiting to get more from their supplier. The whole, you know, supply and demand problem that we're having throughout this past year is continuing. So once they get the fabric, they'll get it dyed and get Fat Quarter Shop's order to them. But they do have a nice selection, and they're getting more colors in as well. I think they have 5 colors at this point. I hope they get the new ones too, that Fiber on a Whim put out for the show. But anyway, this is Parchment, 36 count Parchment. And I will tell you that I expected this to be lighter. So my thought process when I started this was, I kind of would like it maybe on a green or a light blue, you know, the fabric, or maybe just a pale cream type of thing. So the Parchment picture showed it as quite a bit lighter. What I have here definitely has a green tinge. So I thought, okay, I wanted a green tinge. So I got it. So this isn't quite what I was looking for, but I still think it's going to work. I picked bright spring colors. And this, like I said, this is called The Earth Laughs. There is a quote, "The Earth Laughs in Flowers" by Emerson. Although the poem, I read through it the other day, is a little bit more somber than what I want this pattern to depict, but it is all about flowers. This yellow down here is the start of a daffodil. There's a pink tulip in the center here. There will be a matching daffodil over on this side, a matching purple flower. There will be butterflies and dragonflies and all kinds of fun flowers. This is slightly bigger than my other Cosmo Floss designs. This one is 170 by 172. So I worked on this pretty much all day, probably about 8 or 9 hours yesterday. I got about 13% done. Again, it is in Pattern Keeper. All of my patterns designs can be loaded into Pattern Keeper. With the Cosmo Floss ones, though, you do have to put in the color numbers. But there's only 10 colors to this, so it's not like it's a huge chore. So anyways, I hope to get this done, the model stitched, by the end of the weekend, and hopefully get it finished. I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I'm going to have to make a trip to a store to get a frame or something. But get it finished and up in the store, both my store and in Fat Quarter Shop, along with the floss pack. So that will be taking up a lot of my attention. All right. That is everything I've been stitching on. Like I said, I don't have a shop segment for you or a tips and tricks segment for you. So we'll go just right along to other fun stuff. Okay. First, I'd mentioned that we went to the storage unit over the weekend, and one of the reasons I wanted to go was to pull out my silks for this. It is a silk gauze piece one of Maureen Appleton's by the Heart's Content silk gauze pieces that I started. This is definitely my oldest whip. So 40 count silk gauze. And it is called the English Carpet. And you can see it is a full coverage piece by the Heart's Content. Now, obviously I have a ton to do on it yet. I have not worked on this in years and years and years and years. My floss is in this, which I am sure I got as a free gift when I subscribed to Just Cross Stitch back in the 80s. I don't even know what all of this is for. Like, there's pockets. Okay, pockets are good. Like these loops, I don't know what you do with the loops. And it came with, did it come with these? They're bigger than this. Maybe it didn't. I don't know what this came with. So this is like, I don't even know what it is. It has Velcro on it. And so I have my silks in here, and I'm kind of horrified now that my silks are like, sure, it's just a little portion of them, but my silks are like in the Velcro. But this is all, let's see, is it a Vera Soie d'Alger? Yeah, it's Soie d'Alger silk. 40 count silk gauze, 30 Soie d'Alger silk flosses, individually number tagged. And then it says some Ping Ling Chinese silk, 100% continuous filament silk for back stitching. So I assume that's in here somewhere too. You can see this tag, it's like all yellowed. So my silk is like up here on the Velcro, the tags, and then this unfolds. This is just felt. This unfolds and the silk is here. And so there's like multiple pages of this, right? Well, I guess just two. So I thought you'd get a kick out of seeing that. I honestly, I don't think this did come with the Just Cross Stitch holder, because this is bigger than that. Just wondering if that filament silk she mentions is in here, because all of these have numbers, a Vera Swan numbers on them. And here's a tag that doesn't have any, oh, there's the silk. I don't know. Like I said, it has been years and years and years since I worked on this. But I would like to, this is one of the things I have on my list to work on in April, for April flowers. April showers bring May flowers. May is sheep month though. So April is going to be flowers month. Every month is flowers month for me. I love flowers. So anyways, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Does anybody else have this? Does anybody else have this? I don't know. I'd love to hear from you if you do, because I honestly don't know where that came from. But see, look how much bigger it is than this holder. So I don't think it actually came with that, but I don't know what it did come with. I don't know what it's really for. I don't know how it's supposed to work. I don't think you're supposed to put your silk in the Velcro though. So that was just kind of a visit to the way back vault. How's that? I got some birthday cards this week. Tamara Bowen, my sweet friend Tamara, sent me this one. And Tamara, I assume you made this. This is gorgeous. Look how pretty. Pretty paper, cutout. I love this. Thank you, Tamara. Look, there's sparkles inside the card. And then Michelle Gabriel, Maine Moose Mom Stitcher, sent me a birthday card with gifties in it because she knows that blue is my favorite color. So this is 3 colors of the DMC variegated and a set of bow and needles because one can never have too many needles. Thank you, Michelle. And Sue Morelli. I have to read this one to you. The birthday fairy is here to make you a year older. Bet you'd like to tell her where she can stick that wand. Amen to that. Thank you, Sue. The other Christmas gift. Christmas, oh my God. Birthday gift is what I'm wearing. Did you notice that I am not wearing a tank top? Let's see if I can get this up here so you can see it. And hopefully it's not backwards for you. It says, I'll be a monogamous stitcher when Texas freezes over. This is from the lovely, the generous, and the oh so clever Carolyn Zook, with a little help from my friend Dee Ellis. So you may remember that when Texas froze over, I worked, that's when I was stitching vintage lace, and I was so captivated by the project, by my design. I was obsessed with my own design. That's how I stitched on. I became a monogamous stitcher. And when I mentioned that on my video, Carolyn came up with this, I'll become a monogamous stitcher when Texas freezes over. It did, and I was. There you go. So she got me this shirt with the help of Dee. Those sneaky little girls. So Carolyn went to Dee, and I don't know whether she thought Dee might know my shirt size, but Dee asked me my shirt size, and I'm like, what are you up to, girl? And then she asked me for my new address. I think Carolyn asked me for my new address too. So anyways, those 2 sneaky girls, thank you. I love you guys. I'm going to be getting together with my stitchy friends in Hawaii on Sunday. We're going to finally, I missed it. I wasn't feeling it I wasn't feeling up to it last month. I had to cancel on them. So Sunday we'll be chatting. All right. The rest of what I have here is haul and then giveaways. So first, Fat Quarter Shop. Now, Fat Quarter Shop also went to the Needlework Expo, and they are getting a ton. I don't know whether I'd say all, but pretty much all of the designers' patterns in. Slowly but surely, they are coming in and uploading them. One of the first ones that they got in was the patterns from Annie B's, and this is one of the ones that I wanted. So this is the American Sampler House. Excuse me. I got notified. I on Fat Quarter Shop, as in so many shops, you can be notified if something is out of stock. You can put in your email to be notified when it comes back in stock. And I think yesterday I got 5 emails from them saying things that I had wanted to be notified about are now in stock. So I need to run over there and place my order. The other things I got were the fabric, the Fiber on a Whim fabric. So this is, and I have 2 more coming that may or may not come today. This is called Cobalt. I got all 36 counts. This is Cobalt. And boy, is that washed out. Holy cow. Bad color representation today. Not sure what's up with that. But anyways, this is more of a sky blue. It's looking pretty pale. That's a little better. So that is Cobalt. This is Cypress. This reminds me quite a bit of Confederate Gray by Weeks Dye Works, although this is greener. It's Cypress. That's not as bad. Yeah, that's a pretty good. Maybe, I don't know. The blue looked washed out. This looks pretty good. So this is Cypress, and again, 36 count. And they have these in all kinds of different counts. And I also got, the other colors I'm getting are Plum, which is a rich purple, and I think raspberry or something like that, which is a rich pinky raspberry. The other one I got was a 14 count Aida in parchment. So this is the same that I am stitching my new design on. So you can see, again, it's not as light as I was expecting. It has a definite green tinge. And let me tell you, this Aida feels good. It is not stiff at all. It feels really nice. So I got this as a giveaway. Whenever my pattern is done and ready to go, I'm going to get, I'll be getting the floss packs from Fat Quarter Shop, and one of you will win the floss pack and the fabric. So that is going to, this is going to be put away for the moment until the pattern's ready and the floss packs are ready. All right, so that is from Fat Quarter Shop. I also have been spending some time on stash unloading. You know, you never know what you're going to get notifications for. And I guess maybe one of my friends had started an album on stash unloading, and that's why I got a notification. I don't usually go there. I don't usually think to go there. But now that I've gotten a notification from somebody, I've started to go there every day, and I'm getting more notifications about it because you start using that group and Facebook says, oh, you want to know about it. So I'm getting notifications when people put out albums and I'm finding stuff. One of the things is this one, The Secret Garden Sampler by Darlene Osteen. Now, Darlene is no longer with us, Needles Praise, but her designs are well known. They are more advanced pieces. As you can see, there's a lot of cut work and drawn thread work in this. Very interesting bands at the top. So somebody was selling this for a more than reasonable price, so I jumped on it. I don't think I have any other Darlene Osteen patterns, so I was glad to get that. The other thing I got from, I just said stash unloading, was from Judy Starkey. Judy, are you selling off like your entire inventory? It feels to me like you're really destashing. She's been selling off a lot of fabric. And I snagged this one. This is a very nice purple. It's called Thistle. This is a 40 count from Picture This Plus Fat Quarter. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful modeling. I don't have much purple. I think I've mentioned before, purple isn't my favorite color, but that is gorgeous. So I snagged that. And in the process, I found out that Judy makes project bags, and she has a Facebook group that she sells them through. And so I took my little self over to her Facebook group and joined up, and I started looking through what she has. And I have some pretty new bags to show you. So this is one of them. You can see great size. Let me get this pattern here. Really good size for a full-size pattern and all the stuff, right? It's just a flap, no zipper or anything, but it has this gorgeous button to hook it closed. So there's some elastic here that goes around the button. The inside is just a pretty yellow polka dot, fresh and clean. Isn't that gorgeous? The combo of gray and yellow and white is just such a fresh, lovely combo. And what I really like is the buttons what I really like is that the buttons are connected on with a little special button on the inside that says handmade with love. So that button is very securely on there. Nice, like I said, really nice size. And it, you know, it has a nice, I think there's some batting or something in between. I don't think it's just the 2 layers. I'm not sure, but it's interfacing of some sort. Has a really nice feel to it. So I got that one. I got this Christmas one. Isn't that gorgeous? With that pretty red button, kind of a sparkly red. And the lining is kind of a maroon snowflakey. Isn't that pretty? Very nice, Judy. And then she also makes thread beds. So this has the kind of a natural history honeybee type of vibe to it. What's really cool about hers is she has Velcro pieces here and here. So you can fold this in half and your floss can be protected when you put it into your project bag. Now I would put like some kind of little plastic bag or something in between, because if the flosses touch each other, they're going to have a tendency to kind of go on one side or the other. Not a big deal, but isn't that cute? So love it. I will link Judy's Facebook group below, and the prices are really, really reasonable. Love it. So I will link her Facebook group below so you can check that out. Now, the other thing I got is from a company called the Forbidden Fiber Company. Excuse me, itchy nose. The Forbidden Fiber Company is a yarn hand dyeing, especially, you know, they hand dye yarn up until recently, I think. And I think they're just starting to branch out into cross-stitch fabric and floss. I found them via somebody on Instagram posting about them. I don't remember who. And I thought, oh, I think I need to check them out. I think, oh, maybe they were doing a giveaway and somebody tagged me. That could be, and that's how I discovered them. So I went to their website to check out what they had, and they were doing a mystery box, I guess you'd call it, or a stitchy box for the Gilmore Girls. Now, I've watched the Gilmore Girls. I'm not a huge fan. I like the show, but I'm not somebody who goes real crazy over pop culture type of things. You may have noticed. But I like the Gilmore Girls, but more specifically, I wanted to get something that had a good representation of what they have, so I'd have a good feel of their products. And I'm quite pleased. So it came in this bag. It's sparkly. Do you see the sparkles? And on the back it says, "Where you lead, I will follow." So it's a nice size. Get that pattern again. It's a nice size bag, but it's by no means, it would be for a smaller project. You can see that it kind of, this pattern would fill up the bag. It's the same size as the pattern. So I would say this would be for a smaller project. And all kinds of goodies. So I could say what size, what count fabric I wanted. It did come with fabric. Let me see if there's a card here. I think there's a card that says what's in it. Yes. So hand-dyed fabric created by Forbidden Fiber Company. 1/4 yard of fabric in the colorway Frozen is included in either Ada Zweigert or Belfast linen. So it definitely has kind of a, there's some brown modeling, some greenish blue modeling. I think that's looking pretty good. Now it says Belfast, but I thought I got a higher count than that, but maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Let me see what my bag says. Newcastle, yeah, this is 40 count. So they did have higher counts. I don't know that they are offering these yet just to shop on their site, or whether their floss and fabric are only in the different boxes. They do have some other boxes available as well. So their floss colors are, let's see. So this is regular old, 6-ply floss, 3 6-yard skeins and 1 10-yard skein. These include I'm All In. Let's see. So I'm All In is the 10-yard. In Omnia Paratus. They do say they are color fast and light fast. Coffee, coffee, coffee. And monkey, monkey underpants. So I think that's a wonderful range of colors for this kit, for this fabric. The thing I really like about this one, so this is monkey, monkey underpants. If you work with hand-dyed yarn at all, you know that there is a huge fan base, a huge love of speckled yarns, and they've given that kind of feel to this floss. Can you see the speckles, the changes in the colors, and then the speckles on top? It's gorgeous. I don't know how that will come out in stitching, but it's a really, really pretty floss color. So I'm interested. I will be keeping an eye on them. I may get more in the future for what they offer. I'm interested to see where they go with this. Also included in the kit was a needle minder that says Luke's. And on the back, what does it say? Gilmore Girls, with a little button on the back. So that's called, that's by Twin Mommy Creations for Forbidden Fiber Company. And then they did create a pattern called the Raining Loreleis. So I will link them below so you can check out their goodies. See what you think. See if you want to splurge. I don't remember how much this cost. I don't think it was outrageous for what you're getting. I would say it's around 30, I think, but I don't remember. Okay, so that is all of my stash for this week. Again, I'm still expecting 2 pieces of fabric from Fat Quarter Shop. I do have a package coming from Thread Pickers in the UK. They had a sale, so I got a ton of stuff. I went overboard. I don't know when that will get here, but it'll be fun when it does. But yeah, that's about where I'm at. Let's see. Oh no, I forgot. I have a major purchase to show you. I got a different lap stand. Hold please. Okay. So, I got the Elan lap stand from Artisan Designs. I just have not been able to get that to work for me, I guess, basically. I'm finding that I have an awful time really, that I really have to turn the knobs tight to get it as tight as I would like it to be. And I'm actually starting to get pain in my wrist. I think I'm starting to get arthritis in general. I'm noticing some joint pain in my fingers, but I'm really noticing pain in my wrist, and I think it's from I know it's from having to crank down on those knobs, and I'm still not getting it to the point where, even with all the different things that you guys have suggested that I've tried, I'm not getting them, either the frames or the Q-snaps, tight enough so that they don't move. I don't know. It's not working for me. It's also not, I can't get the distance right. I've tried all the different holes. I've tried everything. It's just not working for me. So I will be selling that at some point. I am going to start by putting it up on the San Antonio Stitchers Facebook group, to give people here a chance first, because I'd really rather not get into having to package it up and ship it. I'd rather try and keep it local so we can just meet up and hand it off. What I got instead is and I don't know that this has a name. This is made by Michael Hope. Bonnie Hope is on the Facebook group Cross Stitch Stands and Frames, and I saw a post by her that he had some ready to go. So I talked to her about how adaptable it is as far as the distance from your faces and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I liked what I heard. The ones he had ready to go were actually 22-inch bases. My chair, the width of my chair is exactly 22 inches. So he also offers 18 inches, and that's what I got, an 18-inch base. It has the stand, I don't know what the different parts are called even, but these things move, these things slide in and out for different sizes of scroll rods. These arms have different holes so you can adjust where. This helps to adjust how close it is to your face. I found the medium one to work. Yes, there are still some knobs on these. I found these easier to turn, and I also don't have to turn them every single time I need to move my work. It has, you can see it has these dowels, these pegs at the bottom, so the work just sits, the scroll rod just sits on this, and I don't have to worry about clamping it in. It's just a lot friendlier for me. I've used it a couple times now. I used it for Hoity Toity, I used it for the Smith sampler, I've used it for my Prim Stitch series, and I think this one is going to work better. So, yeah. There's that. So that was my major purchase. So yeah, if you're in the San Antonio area and are interested in that, let me know, but I will be putting it up on the Facebook group. All right, so that is all of the stuff I've gotten this week. Giveaways. First, let me say, I have not heard from one of the winners of the Winter Cottages thread pack. That is Kim Roop. Kim, if I don't hear from you on this video or, you know, this week in an email, I have commented on your comment. If I don't hear from you, it's Rupe, R-U-P-E. I will be offering this again as a giveaway in my next video. All right, I haven't heard from Amy yet. Amy loves toads. You won, I love you truly. Get in touch with me. This week, Pleasant and Gentle. Mel Patton, you win Pleasant and Gentle. Congratulations, Mel. I don't think you've won. As long as you've been around, I don't think you've won anything from me, have you? I don't remember. Santa Baby goes to Maureen Baran, B-A-R-A-N. Granita, the quilt pattern Granita, goes to Kathy P. That's K-A-T-H-I-E, Kathy P. And Fascinating Facets goes to Karen Robinson. That is a pretty one, isn't it? Anyways, guys, as always, I will be commenting on your comments. Oh, I forgot that one. I will be commenting on your comments, letting you know that you won with my email address and all that. I forgot to show you I had another piece of stash that was hiding. This is also from Judy Starkey. Judy posted, I bought. This is called the Checkerboard Stag Sampler. This is by Samplers Remembered. And it's funny because Judy included this note that said she got this from the attic. I saw this at the attic and I didn't get it. And I was kicking myself ever since because it's so unusual. The model, of course, is gorgeous. So when Judy put this up, I jumped on it. I just thought it was funny that she got it at the attic as well. Okay. This week's giveaway, I need to get my iPad here. So first, excuse me, my throat's getting sore. Let me find it. Okay, first I have an old lavender and lace chart to share with you. This has been donated by Tanya of Hopping Frog Hobbies. She is going to send this to you directly. So if you win it, I will be getting you two hooked up. I will give you her email address and you will be getting in touch with her. But anyways, this is one of Lavender and Lace's angels. And once again, I haven't thought of anything clever. So if you want this, just say, I would like to stitch the angel. This is their 100th pattern. So it's kind of a special one. Tanya said that she got this for free at a thrift store. She bought a cabinet from the thrift store and the owner threw this in for free for her. The other thing I have for you is from Fat Quarter Shop. Again, their generosity always astounds me. They have a new stitch along starting on April 7th. It is called Home Sweet Home. So this is the pattern for that. Hope you can see that okay with the glare from the plastic. Home Sweet Home. So the giveaway includes the pattern, the fabric, which is a 14 count Aqua Ada, and the DMC floss pack. So if you are interested in this one, just tell me that you're tired of being home sweet home. No, just use home sweet home somehow in a sentence. All right, guys, I think that's all for me. Let me go back to my notes to make sure. Yes, that brings me to the bottom, which means it is angel card time. Rejoice. When one door closes, God opens another, leading to a better, brighter future. I need to tell Mike that. Mike's having a hard time at work. Frustrating. Oh, wait, you know, this wasn't the one I was supposed to read. All right, we'll save this. It fell out. We'll save that one for next week. It doesn't matter what order. Mike's having a rough time at work. This job is not at all what they said it would be. In fact, there really isn't any work for him to do at all. When one door closes, God opens another, leading to a better, brighter future. We're waiting for that. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are ready for your better, brighter future. I know I am. Texas has opened, and I think some other states too, but Texas has opened the vaccines to 50 and over, ages 50 and over, and of course I'm 57 now. So I have been periodically through the day going through all the different websites trying to find a vaccine. I am fairly confident that by the end of March, as more and more vaccines flood the system, that I'll be able to get one without too much of a hassle. So I am thrilled about that, because that means StitchCon, we are there. It's happening. It was going to happen anyway, but I wasn't going to go if I didn't have a vaccine yet, but I'll be good to go. So yeah, much else is happening except stitching, stitching, stitching. Hope you guys are doing good. I hope you are taking care of yourselves. I hope everybody's thawing out. I know my friends in the southern hemisphere are headed that way. Enjoy your fall. I am enjoying spring. I'm gonna stop now, get this going, get stitching, and maybe take a nap. All right, guys, I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.